Welcome back, guys. We're out here at the National Forest of
Davy Crockett.
That's right. We set up a little camp last night, got in a little late, but we're gonna compare some cool coffee systems for you.
Yeah, and we're out at the beautiful Nature's Bluff. And what better way to enjoy some coffee but with a view like that?
I know, this looks like some views we saw out in Colorado.
Yeah, but we're in Texas. Now, I'm gonna preference this. We only drink black coffee.
I know, this is crazy. I never thought that we would have this kind of experience in Texas.
So we're just gonna compare a couple different coffee systems we have. Which one is the easiest and tastes the best? That's the most important thing.
Exactly. Easy, taste, and time. Those are important factors for us.
Yes.
So we've got the Kuju coffee system, which is a really cool, just little all-in-one unit you just put over the top of your cup.
Single-use pour over.
Yep, single-use pour over. We've got the Stanley system, which is a French press, which is what we've been using
a lot, so I'm a little biased, not gonna lie.
So it's gonna be hard to beat that, but we're not saying it's impossible. And then, of course, we've got our Blackstone camp coffee system that, if we're being honest, we only got for the grinder.
That's right, the cup and the little pour over thing.
Yeah.
But we're gonna try it. Maybe it's the best system.
That's right. I mean,
out there.
We actually have never had pour over coffee. So
yeah, I'm a French press kind of guy.
Me too, and so, or drip. But this could change us. But
yeah, we're gonna give it a try. And although I will say I love the grinder so far. We've been using that little grinder.
Yeah, I mean, the grinder is perfect. This little guy right here, the Blackstone grinder, it's awesome. You can adjust what grind size. And basically, per person, you fill up this capacity at the top, grind them all down, and that's good enough for one person. And it can fit two.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty good. I wish I just sold it by itself, but then I guess we wouldn't have the pour over system to try out.
Yeah. And actually, a quick tip, there is an adjustment bolt in the bottom, so you can even adjust how big or how small it can get.
I guess you can custom fine-tune adjust if you want.
So that's cool. But I'm ready for some coffee. You want to
jump first into thing in the morning. Yes, I don't see any made.
Well, we got to get some hot water first. So.
All right.
And now we just wait for hot water.
Go.
And then we get some coffee.
We might just start grinding some beans.
Oh, those beans we got in Colorado are very good.
So pour over, what size grind is it supposed to be? It's not supposed to be like a...
I think it's like a medium. I don't really know that. Maybe I should Google that real quick.
Yeah, why don't you hit the old Googs?
I'm gonna Google that. We're gonna find that out. The recommended is medium coarse to medium fine, so we're just going right in the middle.
That's right. And on this, we're gonna do it at a 3. Nothing like grinding on a beautiful day like this.
That's the view we're working with here.
Quite a view. Although I've had a drill.
We might actually should try that whenever we get back to see if it will actually work. If it does, you'll see it here. I got the drill. Put the drill on top, just like this. And look.
I'm gonna say Kuju is the best.
I'm gonna say that Kuju is probably the easiest.
Although the finer grind, it just takes longer. That's why I like the
French
coarse grind.
Because it's so much easier to grind it.
I'd be done by now.
You wanna swap out? Are you a little tired?
I'm not a weenie, I got this.
Okay, well, I'll leave you to it.
Cramp.
Okay, we are preparing for the Blackstone pour over. Got this little silicone cone and our paper cone.
The number 2.
Yep, a number 2. It says to use a number 2 or a number 1.
I used a number 2 earlier.
This coffee will make you do a number 2. Cool, is that enough?
Yeah, for 1 cup.
Okay.
So I think you're supposed to kind of pack it down.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Did she pack it down to bloom them? Just like how you bloom seasonings in a saute pan. Cool.
You pour over people are probably like, he's doing it wrong. Be like, I just want some coffee, man. It's not that hard. And then what, you just pour. Oh, we almost forgot.
The Kuju, come on.
Ooh, these are cool. Individually packed.
Oh, they're actually individuals.
Okay, this is convenient, I will say.
This is kind of stuff they might want to see.
Oh, sorry. So apparently, you just open it up.
And you fold those sideways too. You go like.
go on your, apparently you open the top, make sure you don't lose the trash.
Just like that.
Just like that. A bloom of this. All right, now we pour and we wait. Then we pour and then we wait. So far, I like the French press method a little better.
Yeah, the Kuju still seems easier, but
you gotta pour a little at a time, let it drip, pour a little more.
But the flavor could be worth it.
Yeah,
that is a big part of it. But let's, are these going? Because we gotta compare it to our regular coffee.
Oh yeah.
So.
Look at that grind. We should have had a stopwatch time in this to see exactly which took longer.
Yeah.
Not including boil time. We're almost ready.
All right, well, the French press water is ready, and it's time to add the beans. Nothing like fresh ground coffee smell.
That smells so good.
So now we're just gonna kind of mix this up, and we're gonna let it steep.
Yes, as we let that steep, we have the Blackstone. Let's see. Ooh, looks like coffee to me. Take a little pour over, set it over here, and then we have our Kuju. I think this is convenient to a degree.
Yeah, probably the most convenient, and we can do a little tasting.
Yes. While we taste those, we're gonna let our Stanley French press just steep.
What's pretty cool is it's all the same coffee except for the Kuju.
Yeah.
So Kuju is a different coffee, so the taste
might be, but that's important to know. We're
Yeah.
going on taste. Do we want to bring our own freshly roasted coffee that we found? Or,
exactly. I mean, because you can bring whatever coffee you want.
Yeah, you find a good roaster, a local roaster that you like. I mean, we have one that we found
right out of town. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what, 10 minutes from our shop.
Exactly. I mean, you probably have one near you, and if not, you usually can order it from a place too.
Yeah, and this coffee was roasted less than 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, but back to the taste. Which one do you want to taste first?
I want to do the Blackstone first.
Okay. It might be hot. It's coffee.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good cup of Joe.
Okay. I'm excited.
See what you think. It's pretty warm though.
Well, you know, it is hot coffee.
You know, and initial thoughts, I don't think it's worth the extra hassle. I think my French press, in general, is, you know, I don't notice much of a difference.
I think our French press is smoother and this is...
I don't know about smoother, but it's, because I haven't really noticed. Texture-wise, I didn't really notice much of a difference. I would have thought that would be smoother though.
This seems more bitter. I think it's the finer grind. You really get the bitter.
You really pull out a lot more of the notes of the coffee. So, and then we are using a very dark roast.
Yes, we're
so
using
if we used a lighter roast, maybe it would be better for.
But I like
pour
this.
over?
I mean, this dark roast is very good in the French press. Not gonna lie, I might have had a cup this morning before all this.
We definitely did. I mean, you got to have one right when you get up. But
okay.
If any of you pour over people are watching, let us know, is it better to use a medium roast during pour over?
And don't cuss us out because we're trashing pour over.
Yeah, I mean, let us know, is there something else we could do? But let's try the next one, Kuju coffee.
It smells good.
I bet it does.
It's that same, the more bitter.
So it's
notes.
more bitter, okay.
Yeah.
Is it smooth?
It's not a bad coffee. It's smooth, but it's like a super strong, close to espresso kind of bitter. Now we're not fancy baristas, so don't be like, what are y'all, you don't know what you're talking about. We're just going off of our own flavor profiles and what we like.
Also our palate's pretty well developed. I mean, we are chefs, so it's not like we don't know what tastes good.
Yeah.
I would say that I could definitely drink this.
No,
I mean, this
definitely.
is pretty
on the
easy.
trail, I would like
And
it.
To be completely honest, that is easier than French press. I don't have to grind the beans for that. But I also lose out on the ability to choose my beans.
Yes, and the fact that you still had to pour, wait, pour, wait, pour, wait.
Yeah.
But I think they have different coffee. We got the medium.
Yeah, we got the medium roast. It's supposed to have oak, chocolate, and honey is the description. It shouldn't taste like that. It's just like, if you're gonna describe it, that's how you would describe it.
That's not how I describe it.
Yeah. What would you describe it as?
Bitter and angry.
Bitter and angry. Okay. That's funny.
Actually, I think if we're gonna be honest, I like the Kuju.
Yeah, I do. And our French press is ready. So let me go ahead and push this down in.
Although this, now that I've compared the two, you can really taste the fruitiness of the coffee.
Which one?
Of this.
Colorado coffee?
They say it's a campfire s'more caramel roasted peanut. Again, I don't know where they're getting all these flavors. It's like this wine.
I will say the roastedness, like the campfire s'mores.
Yeah, you get the smoky.
I can tell that in the Peregrine Dark
But
Skies.
you also get kind of the fruit flavor.
Yeah. And also, if you want to try this Peregrine Dark Skies, you can go to peregrine.com and order some.
Yeah.
They do deliver.
All right, French press?
Yes,
Ooh, I'm
French
excited.
press. Now, I will say, the French press is cloudier, so it does have more coffee still in it. Holy cow, that's really hot. That's so hot. That's crazy.
All right, impressions?
It tastes exactly like the one I had this morning. So consistency is definitely there. It lacks the bitterness of the other two.
Yes, it's not as bitter.
I mean, it's still bitter. It's black coffee. But these two, you're right, they have the bitterness of espresso in the sense it's like
hitting you in your face. Now, I'm going to preference this. We only drink black coffee.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to put all the other jazz in it, it really doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You're tasting the syrup that you're putting in.
Yeah. So, and I'm not hating you, but just to be honest, just get good old Folgers and do it.
Yeah.
But don't waste your money on custom coffee to put a bunch of garbage in it.
I'm kind of stuck in this where I really like grinding my beans for my coffee. Because, you know, almost every coffee tastes different. So it's kind of cool to be able to do that. But I really like the ease of use of the Kuju. I don't think I would ever choose the Blackstone pour-over system. I only say that because I feel like the pour-over system is for people that just enjoy the process. And I'm not one of those people. Like for Christmas, I got a little espresso machine to make my own espresso. It was fun the first 5 times, and I haven't touched it since. So
Okay. Well, we're gonna agree to disagree. I really like the taste of this Blackstone pour-over.
Actually?
Yes, I do. I think I like the bittery, but it also brings out the fruitiness of this coffee. Is it a hassle? Yes.
Let me compare what you're thinking.
As you were saying, I wouldn't choose that. I'm like, I don't know. I'm kind of going on flavor for this guy. Although for the ease and just consistency, I like the French press. But
I'd say flavor, I don't know if it's necessarily flavor or if it's texture.
I will say for the go-to and the convenience of if you have more than one person, the Stanley French press is the way to go because you can make 2, actually almost like 4 cups of coffee in that. And it is consistently delicious. You can boil in it, then make it. With these systems, you're gonna have
an additional set
something
of
to boil it with. So breaking it down, why not? That's, even if I'm backpacking, that's what I'm heating up water with to.
This can fit inside of there with a cup on top. So this system in general may be more volume, but it's less because you don't have to have this, or here's me lying. This is actually smaller, but I don't know.
You still gotta have a pot to boil water in.
Exactly. So yeah, you could fit that in there with a cup. and you're about the same size, but you lose your customizability.
Yeah, can't have your
Customability.
coffee beans.
Whatever the
So
word is.
I would say in comparison, I'm gonna lean towards, I really like the French press. It gives constant flavor. This, if I was by myself, just solo camping and I wanted just to sit out and enjoy a sunrise and go through the process, this is a great option.
Ooh, I just thought of another thing though. Even if you were by yourself, then you gotta deal with this trash.
Yes, that's the, I was just about to say, this is trash. Now, when you just the French press and you have beans,
You just
it's natural. And actually,
dump the beans.
coffee beans are good for growing. Put them in your garden. So I don't
So-
feel bad throwing them out. It's not like trash. So you're gonna have to haul out with filters. I guess you could get a metal filter.
Yeah, you can get a metal filter, I guess. They do make that, and they say that would actually have a more like velvety.
Yeah. But
Um,
in the end, let us know what you think. What's your favorite
Yeah.
way to make coffee? I'm gonna say the overall, if we were picking a winner, would be the Stanley French press. Just
Still
'cause
gonna be the French press.
it knocks off. Now, I'm gonna keep those Kujos in the truck at
Yeah,
all times
absolutely.
just for backup. So when
So-
we run out of beans, at least we still have some coffee till we go source some beans.
Flavor, you say Blackstone gets a point.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay. So ease of use, who gets the point? Obviously.
Yes.
Okay.
You might be like, but this is so easy. No, it is kind of a pain because you can only pour like tablespoons at a time and wait.
Now time, which one for you is the fastest option? The French press?
Yeah, because once the water is boiled or close to boiled, you just add that and you let it steep for
True.
the 5 minutes and you're good to go.
Because one would say, for this option, you don't have to grind. However, you still have to boil water. And if you're boiling water, you can grind your beans while the water's boiling.
Yeah, so I mean,
It's two birds, one stone. So
Or
now you're at
you
even
can
playing
just
field.
grind the beans the night before
Yeah.
if you really want, or if you really want to cheat, just get
Buy ground beans.
pre-ground coffee. It's
Yeah.
not as good, but if you don't have a grinder, just go with that's your option. Still, I think that's easy.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right about the trash is very inconvenient because guess what? We're out in this beautiful area. We can't just throw this. We got to haul this out with us.
Yep.
With that, once we're done, it's done.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think overall, like we already said, French press.
French press for the win.
That's right. And the backup is going to be the Kuju coffee system.
And if you're just solo camping and you just want to have a coffee fun, have a filter and this little guy. I'm not-
Because you're already going to have this cone system because you're gonna get this Blackstone grinder.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
Yes.
So if you agree, we like you. If you don't agree, let us know.
But
And
we
we'll
still
talk
like
about
you. All right, well, I'm gonna finish this cup of coffee before I get too jittery.
We're gonna be going crazy by the end of this. Well, we'll catch you on the next.
See you on the trail.